Hi everyone, my name is Aaliyah and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking a bit about starting out with cloth diapers. Now I am not going to be including my wash routine in this video because there are some kinks that I'm still working out with my own wash routine, so I don't want to give any information that isn't 100% foolproof. So once I get my wash routine down, I will come back and hopefully post a video for you guys with the details about my wash routine once I feel like it's a solid routine. However, what I will be discussing is some reasons to cloth diaper, my personal reasons for cloth diapering, along with the different cloth diapering brands that I've used, the kind of diapers that I use, and a little bit of information on the different types of cloth diapers based off of what I know. I'm just going to narrow it down to what I specifically have worked with and the ones that I have bought. And then last but not least, I'm going to be talking about some tips and tricks, some mistakes that I made when I first started out cloth diapering, and hopefully that can help you avoid any mistakes. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you've done some research about cloth diapering, which I'm sure you have, you'll know that a few of the many good reasons of cloth diapering is that it's good for the environment, it's better for your bank, and it can be better for your baby as well. So when you are cloth diapering, you are not only using less water, but you are producing way less waste and way less feces, fecal matter are going into landfills. So landfills are not designed for sustaining feces. So basically you're making a huge bacteria cesspool every time you use a disposable diaper and you throw them into a landfill. So we already have such a huge issue with landfills. Obviously everybody knows that they're a huge and detrimental issue for our environment. So if there's any way that we can avoid, putting more of a strain on our environment by cloth diapering, I think that's a win. Not to mention, it takes less water to wash cloth diapers than it does to make disposable diapers. Another really big one, like I said, is money. Money is a really big thing. A lot of parents, especially if you're a first-time parent, the costs can get overwhelming really fast. So a really big thing is being able to cut down the costs. Now, I'm sure you've seen this a lot if you've done research about cloth diapers, but a lot of people are going to tell you that the upfront cost is, a bit overwhelming at first because it is a bit more of an investment. Just seeing it all together, that lump sum of the first investment that you make towards doing cloth diapering when you first start out. Now, I'm not going to exactly punch in the numbers here, but overall, I think you can save around $700. I think I remember that's what the number was that when I budgeted for myself. It was $700 a year. The third thing is that cloth diapers can overall be better for your baby. So if your baby has really sensitive skin, cloth diapers might be better for them because a lot of babies that have sensitive skin are going to have sensitivity to the plastic that is in a disposable diaper. Also, disposable diapers can have harmful substances in them, such as carcinogens and different kinds of fragrance or the plastic itself that's in the cloth diapers. Alright, so moving on to my personal reasons for cloth diapering. Now, there were a whole variety of different reasons of why I decided to cloth diaper. I knew I wanted to cloth diaper all the way back to when I was pregnant. It was something that I had in the back of my mind. I had a friend that had a cloth diaper for a while, and ever since I saw that, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat. But once I got pregnant, I started doing the research myself. It just made more and more sense. I know for a lot of people, the financial reason is a big reason why they want a cloth diaper, but for me, that actually was on the lower scale of my list. So the biggest one for me was the environment, and then later on, it became my baby. So at first I was like, I want to do this for the environment. This is something that I can do. We feel so overwhelmed that there's so many things that we just have no control over when it comes to these things. So this was something that I was like, I can do this, and it's good for my baby, it's good for me, it's good for my bank account, so why not, So then once I started doing research, the health of my baby became like the number one. Obviously, as parents, we want to do the best for our children. I have a little boy, and I was reading about how the carcinogens and the different types of chemicals that can be found in disposable diapers can actually have long-term effects on little boys, because the heat and the plastic being so close to their testicles can cause reproductive issues for them. So that was like a really big motivator for me. I was like, see, yeah, no, that's really scary to think about. So I just was like, all right, yeah, this is definitely something that I need to do. And then of course, money-wise, it made sense as well, because I was like, why am I going to spend a bunch of money on these disposable diapers and go through packs and packs and packs every year, and I'm just like piling it up in the landfill and all these kind of things, and then I'm spending my money on something that really isn't that beneficial to my baby or to the environment. So another big thing is when to start cloth diapering. Now, although I knew that I wanted to cloth diaper from the time that I was pregnant with my son, I decided to wait until he was around 3 months to start cloth diapering, because, you know, I was a first-time parent, and I wanted to make sure I was just gonna stick with it, so I wanted to make sure I was really comfortable. And I kind of like bought some individual diapers from some different brands. And then finally, like a week before he turned 3 months, I went and bought a whole pack, and I bought all the stuff I needed, and I said, okay, we're gonna start. I also decided to start a little bit later, because if you're bringing your baby home from the hospital, and if you are a first-time parent, you haven't had your baby yet, then you might not know this, but you're gonna wanna be able to check how many times they pee a day. So you can't really do that with cloth diapering unless you're really gonna like pull out the insert and like feel around for it and feel how wet it is. So with disposable diapers, they have the line in the front that turns blue whenever your baby pees. So it's much easier to be able to determine if they're peeing or not. So that was one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait to cloth diaper until I feel more comfortable that he's making his regular pees every day. So as far as brands go, some of the brands that I have used are Alpha Baby, Nora's Nursery, Charlie Banana. Then there are these two diapers, which are both Thirsties. I haven't used either of these yet, so I can't really say much about them, but I'll definitely post another video later on with a review of the different brands that I've used. But for today, I just wanted to go overall, just give you some information about the kinds of cloth diapers that I use and the brands that I've used. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some different kinds of cloth diapers that I have bought. When I first started out, I was trying to be as cost efficient as possible. So I went ahead and bought the liner. This is a liner, okay? This is just literally the plastic covering. So I never ended up using this, because as soon as I bought it, I was just kind of like, yeah, what do I do with this? Not that it's like, you know, not straightforward that you just, you know, put it on, whatever. It was this part that was kind of confusing for me. So this is a pre-fold, and this is a hemp pre-fold. So with these, I'm pretty sure you have to prep them differently than you would your other kind of diapers, like microfiber, bamboo, etc. Yeah, these, I mean, I know how it works, but it just didn't make sense for me for what I was wanting to do. But now I've actually considered that I might go ahead and try to use this. The next kind are the ones that I personally use, and that is a pocket diaper. So a pocket diaper is really straightforward. It has this outer layer that is waterproof, and then there's a little pocket, per the name, that this is where your insert goes into. So you can customize this. So you can go ahead and put this kind of pre-fold in here, or you can do what I do, and you can use an insert. So this is just it, just like this. It's just like a little pad, if you will, and it just goes right in there. Easy to do if you don't have a sleeve on. And bam, there you go. Now there's different kinds of inserts. This is a microfiber. So the microfiber cannot go against your baby's skin because it's very absorbent, so it's going to dry out their bottom and cause a rash. So you have this layer here that is just a cotton. Sometimes they're fleece, and they protect your baby's bottom. There's also other kinds that can go against your baby's bottom, like this bamboo one that I have. There's different kinds that can go against. There's also fleece ones. I don't have a fleece one, so I just showed you the ones I do have, which is microfiber and bamboo. So bamboo can go against your baby's bottom. So you have the optimization of putting it inside the diaper, or you can lay it on the outside of your diaper. Sometimes I'll do this if I'm running low on my shell and I know I have a load of laundry going, but I don't have enough shells left. I'll go ahead and I'll just put the insert in and I'll change those out instead of changing out the entire diaper. So as far as pocket diapers go, there are also different kinds of pocket diapers. So there's the ones that, like I showed you, that they have the ones in the back, and then there's also these kind that have the pocket in the front. So with these, you don't have to take them out of the diaper in order to wash them. You can just put the insert in, and I recommend not using the microfiber for the insert because this kind of can open a little bit and it does get against your baby's skin. So I always use my bamboo ones whenever I'm putting them inside this diaper, and they will just be able to come out while you're washing them. So that's really convenient and nice. And like I was saying before, that there's some that have the fleece. This one has a fleece instead of just a regular cotton. So that's the difference between these two. The last kind of diaper, which this is a diaper that I'm planning on incorporating into my cloth diapering stash. I bought this. This is one of the diapers that I bought whenever I initially bought my different kinds of cloth diapers to figure out which ones I wanted to use. But that is an all-in-one. So an all-in-one is really to the point. It has the insert that comes with it already, so it's sewn in. The reason I never use this one is because it just seemed a bit bulky to me and I wanted something a little bit more slim. But now that I've kind of gotten more used to cloth diapering and the fit and the comfort of them, I feel like I could probably start using this no problem. So with this one, it has the microfiber on this side, and then it's fleece against your baby's bottom. And then I also think they have where you can put another insert or something else in case you want to have this as an overnight diaper. You can put another layer so that it's more absorbent. So yeah, with the pocket diapers, you can also put an insert on the inside and then have another one on the outside and double it up that way, or you can put two on the inside. It's really customizable. That's why I really like them. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of cloth diapers. Those are the ones that work for me, and those are the ones that I've experienced with, so that's the only ones that I'm going to mention today because I don't want to give you information on cloth diapers that I've never seen or have any idea about. So yeah. Alright, and last but not least, here are some tips that I have for starting out cloth diapering. A really big thing that I never even saw anyone talk about whenever I was doing my research for cloth diapering was to make sure that your washer doesn't have any detergent buildup. A really big thing with cloth diapers is that you want to make sure that they are not going to get a detergent buildup. And the reason for that is being that if they get a buildup of detergent, then they will not be absorbent. And then they can also cause other issues like ammonia. So if your cloth diaper gets a detergent buildup and then your baby pees, it'll create ammonia, which can burn their skin, be very harmful. Now, when I was looking into cloth diapering and I saw about this was definitely a point where I was like, oh, this is scary. Like, how do I avoid that, and what do I do, and all those kind of things. I thought it was going to be way more of an issue than it actually ended up being. So my first tip would be, before you buy your diaper, prep your washer. Now, I am going to make a video for this later on, but for now, my washer doesn't need to be prepped. In my experience, these kind of things can be a little bit overwhelming to find the information and figure out what you're doing. So from one newbie to the other, take it from me, you're going to want to make sure that you have your washer washed and make sure all the detergent buildup is gone. The next thing is, I see a lot of people giving the advice to shop around and buy different kinds of cloth diapers, different kind of brands, which is kind of what I did, and that's kind of where things got rocky for me, because I was just like, what do I do with this, and how do I prep this, and how do I prep that, and it was just way too much. So I would say just go for it. Just dive in. The easiest cloth diapers that I've used are pocket diapers. They're the simplest and easiest to put together, in my opinion, for starting out at least. And I would say just go and figure out what kind of diaper you want to use and buy your stash. Now, you need at least 10 diapers in order to be able to do a wash. So you need from 10 to I think 16 diapers. That's like the range. Now, this is kind of ties in with another tip that I have. A lot of people are gonna say, oh yeah, invest in a good diaper and you're gonna have to spend, you know, this much and this much and this much. No. I would say don't invest too much of your money, because I think a lot of people, they invest a lot of their money, they're just getting started out and they get overwhelmed and they're like, wow, this is a big cost and there's just so much to do. So I would say go for a cheaper diaper, go on Amazon, get one of the cheaper brands. Just start with that. Start with something that's more manageable money-wise. And then if you get the hang of it and you say, you know, I really feel like cloth diaper is gonna work out for me, then you can go forward and start making your investment towards a more quality diaper. All right, and last but not least, so there's a lot of things that you're gonna read about what you need to start cloth diapering. Personally, I bought things that I did not need. The first thing being that I bought different kinds of cloth diapers, because that's what I had heard was, oh yeah, kind of get the different varieties so you can, you know, see which one is gonna work for you. No, I would say just go ahead, like I said, buy one type of cloth diaper, and if you don't like that, then start venturing on to the different kinds of cloth diapers. I bought a diaper pail because I was like, okay, I need a diaper pail that makes sense. They're gonna be really smelly and all these kind of things. No. You do not need a diaper pail. For me, I personally have switched to just using, I got a really big wet bag and I just hook it to his playpen, which is where we normally do his diaper changes, because it does have a diaper changing little table there. So I just hook it there and I do a wash every other day. I have one hook. Now that we've started on solids, I have one little wet bag that I put his poopy diapers in there, and then I put all the rest, all the inserts and everything else into the big, huge wet bag. So you don't need a pail and you don't need to go and buy a whole different types and kinds of diapers. Just keep it simple. Cloth diapering was one of those things that I thought was going to be way harder than it actually turned out to be. I remember when I first started, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it at home and see how it goes. As soon as I started, I really quickly realized that, hey, this isn't that bad. And I started immediately being able to do it in my home, outside of my home. And I mean, we had a few disposable diapers that I kept around just in case, but I never ended up needing to use those. Yeah, I very quickly got comfortable with using cloth diapers, and then now we actually started using cloth wipes, which makes it even easier, which seems like, okay, how does it make it easier? You're adding even more to your routine, but it just all goes hand in hand and it makes more sense. And it's definitely one of those things that once you get started and you get your traction and you get, you know, your confidence, it gets easier and easier as it goes. There are little things here and there that you kind of get more comfortable with and you get more of an understanding for, and it just makes it so much smoother. So if you have already started cloth diapering and you feel like you're kind of shaky, you don't really know what you're doing, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Just hang in there. You will know once you start if you are able to maintain it. That's why my recommendation is to go ahead and start with a cheaper diaper and then move on up from there, because you're gonna know once you start how comfortable you are with it. Personally, we are completely comfortable with the diapers that we're using right now. We haven't had any issues. All right, everyone, that's all the information I have for you today. My son is in the background giving his own input. So I just want to thank you so much for watching. If this video gave you any insight or any information or was helpful in any way, please like and subscribe, because there will be more headed your way. So keep your eye peeled for my next video.